Hello and welcome. I'm Carol DeChaine. I am your intuitive, transformational life and business coach and multidimensional energy light worker. Today and this month is all about money. We do pragmatic reality kind of based stuff as well as checking in with the spirituality and giving you tools to help you move through whatever it is you're moving through in your finances. This week, it's about digging yourself out of debt. And I know you can listen to Suze Orman and all the different people that are money managers that tell you how to do it. Honestly, you have to look at your reality and see what you want. What do you want in your life? And that's the theme for this month. How are your finances? Are they where you want them to be? And what do you want them to be? When you look at the debt, we talked about spending last time. And this time, it's about looking at the debt itself. What does it look like? Do you have thousands of dollars in credit card debt? Are you have a mortgage, but it's not that big a deal because everybody seems to have a mortgage and you're paying it and it's not a problem? I don't really think of mortgages as debts the same way as I look at a debt that is something that you have more control over. I mean, mortgages, you win the lottery, you can pay it off, but generally you just go from year to year, month to month, and you pay it. It's like a rent, only you own the house. But when you're in debt, what can you look at? Look at if you can list out all the different debt you have so you can really see it. What is your current reality? Don't ignore it. Say, I have 5 credit cards. Maybe I don't need this many, but I have 5 right now. Every single one has money on it. How much is on there? How much is my credit limit? Why are these here? What have I done to get me there? And how can I shift what I'm doing? Like I said, I talked about getting yourself about the spending habits you have, deciding what you're going to do, what you're not going to do last week. But realize that this whole debt thing, when you look at it, so many times we have that fear, the fear that comes up, the worry, the I'm not going to be able to get out. Those are the things that make us attract more debt. That mindset of, oh my God, and you tighten up and you worry when you look at how much you have. Oh my God, I have all this debt. What am I going to do? First, you need to relax. Relax, it's okay. Everybody has some sort of debt. Relax. But know what it is, so then you can say, okay, I'm going to take control of this. Change your mindset. Let go of that worry, knowing that you can work through this. That's a huge step. You have to know and be aware of what you've got, and then be aware of all the fear you have surrounding it. Be aware of the worry. Be aware that you're seeing this reality you have, and it's not working for you. You're not too sure, or you wouldn't probably be listening to this. What do you do? Breathe. See it written out in front of you. You really, literally either have to do a spreadsheet or a handwritten thing. See exactly what you owe. If you say mortgage, $500,000, $100,000, whatever it may, $130,000. Look at your last mortgage statement if you get them. Figure out exactly how much you owe and how often you pay it. Look at the credit cards you have. How much debt do you have? How much is your minimum that you pay? And how much do you normally pay on them? Look at anything else, student loans. Look at your kids' college, not only your own student loans, but maybe you or your spouse went through medical school and you have that, but you also have kids in college and you're trying to save or pay for that currently. What does that all look like? To me, a savings account for a child's future debt is kind of like in our mindset, this is the debt I'm going to have to pay, so therefore I'm saving now. So it's kind of like, in a way, a debt already in our head. But just look at this. This is just money. This is just dollars out there. If you let go of the worry, you're going to feel so much better because these things are doable. Whether it means you decide, I know that they say which one's the highest interest rate. Maybe you can get one cut down. You can get checks from one to pay off the debt of another one and then close that account so that you have a longer time to pay off that. Whatever it may be, just realize that Why did you get yourself into this? Why do I have all this debt? What did I do? What choices did I make? Why did this happen? If you look at why it happened, I said this the first week of this series. Why did I get myself where I'm at now? If you're honest with yourself, you may write down all sorts of things that are factual for you. They are facts. I had no choice. This happened. Or maybe the facts are, yeah, I spent a lot of money. I didn't really need to. I spent too much on Christmas. I bought a new car and it's actually much more expensive than it needed to be. I could have gotten a 2-year-old for 10,000 less, but I got a brand new one. Or whatever it may be. I'm not saying to beat yourself up over any of it. Just look at it from a neutral point of view and say, look, here's all the debt. Now, why did this happen? What did I choose to do that made me where I am now? Because honestly, beating yourself up, flaying yourself, it's not going to do any good whatsoever. All you can do is say, okay, here it is. Now, what am I going to do from here? Once you know what you're going to do, then you can go ahead and make plans and do it. But until you're willing to look at it and see why it happened without judgment, without blame, it's not somebody else's fault. It's not your fault. It just is there right now. Just look at it that way. If someone else is sharing in the debt, his spouse or someone else, and you're going, this is not my fault. I am not the person who's spending all the time. It's still part of the problem, right? A problem means that you have a debt and you need to find a way around it. Know that when you see all of the debt written out, if you have someone else who's doing it, they may not know how bad it is until they see it in black and white. So saying we need to look at all of our debt because we're drowning, and they go, no, we're not. Say, no, let me show you. Show them all the debt. Say, I'm not going to say whose fault it is. I'm not going to do any of that. I just want us to see it so we can decide what we're going to do. And then don't blame the other person. Just do it from that neutral point. Some people will take it personally anyway, but just try and look at it from a neutral point of view where you say, this is our debt. This is where we're at. I don't like it here. How are you feeling about this? Well, how did we get here? Why are we here now? And what can we do about it? It brings up a lot of angst, a lot of worry, a lot of people getting self-defensive if you're dealing with another person. So just know that going in. Know that this could happen and tell them, I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just saying this is our reality and what can we do? And perhaps taking that higher road, taking that neutral point of view will allow it to diffuse any possibility of defensiveness, which it totally closes people down when they get defensive because they have the walls go up. They go, no, it's not my fault, or it's my fault, but don't yell at me, or don't, just let all that go. You might do it for yourself as well. I had no choice. Oh my God, this is their fault. This happened and that. It's okay. Just relax. Just look at it and say, if it was my friend and this was happening to them, what would I tell them? Let's look at why this happened and how maybe a money manager would tell me what to do. And perhaps you do those things that are looking at the credit cards, which have the highest interest rates. Pay most of the money on those first, and the other ones you do the minimum. Get rid of that card, cut it up, cancel it. Once it's paid, or you can cancel it anytime. You can cut it up anytime. You don't need to put any more on that card. So close it out. Tell them once you pay it off, you're going to close it out, cut it up, don't use it, put it in your freezer, whatever you need to do, and then pay that one down. You'll feel really good when you pay one off. So you can keep doing that little by little by little. Getting more power over that part of your life is huge because it holds you back from doing so many things you want to do in your life when not only you don't have the funds for it, but you have all that worry. That worry about finance leaks over into a lot of areas of our lives. It'll leak over into your relationships for sure with your loved ones, with your kids, with your spouse, even with your parents. If you're helping them or they're helping you with that money, they may blame you that you're 40 and you're still, sleeping in their house or using their money or whatever it may be. Or perhaps you're the parent and that's happening to you. Or perhaps it could be anything that you feel is wrong. If this debt is not my fault, let it go. At least when you're talking about it. Take the step back and see how it's interacting with every part of your life, how that worry and that fear is really there. You don't want that to make you tense and upset over the smallest things that have nothing to do with money or that issue, but you're already tense, so you maybe overreact or react in a way that doesn't make your relationships work. It doesn't feed them. It pulls away from them, even though you may not be talking about money. Just know that every part of our life touches every other part. It makes us who we are. It makes us the happy person or the sad person or the angry person that we may appear to other people. Who are you and who do you want to be? How do you want to be perceived? And how do you want to perceive yourself? Digging yourself out of debt is something that everybody can do. It may take a long time, so have patience. Have faith in yourself. Know that you can work extra jobs if you need to. You can do a bunch of things, but sell things. I know someone who sells things constantly because she's trying to downsize and she's definitely putting stuff out on Craigslist, which is what she's using. You can do all of this for yourself, little by little, and just know that it doesn't make you a bad person if you have debt. Don't beat yourself up. Don't judge yourself. Just see. Now that I see where I'm at, why did this happen? And how can I move forward? And then find a way. If you need help, go to a money manager. Go to someone that'll help you shift your mindset like a coach. Do whatever you need to do for you. Thank you so much for joining me here today. If you like what you hear, please do click on subscribe to my YouTube channel and then bell notification if you want to know the next time something comes out. Once a week, right now, I'm putting out the Joy Corner, which are I am affirmations that will help you get into your subconscious mind to shift some of your beliefs that you might be having that aren't working for you. I also have a variety of other types that I have put out there, like this is all this month on money. Next month will be on health. I also please follow me on Instagram. I'm brand new there. Connect to Joy. It's connect, the number 2, and joy. So connect to joy, which is also my website, connecttojoy.com. There you'll find information on life coaching, on speaking, and all sorts of different things. And you can connect with me through there as well if you like. My intuitive readings are there. And if you think you might like to be a guest on my podcast, Living Your Limitless Life, please listen and see if it connects with you. And by all means, contact me also through my website or through the podcast hosting site and let me know and we can talk. I can send an application and to see if it's something that would be a good fit for both of us. Until next week, remember, please, you are already enough to have that joyful, limitless life that you desire.